saying he hopes the next coach will be around 30 or 40 years and giving the eulogy at his funeral. So, of course, the name that is being floated around and connected to the Panthers in the last 24 hours most often is a guy that's 71 years old.
Who's older than Tepper?
Who's older than Tepper.
Go figure.
So naturally, Bill Belichick gets mentioned. Who, 40 years from now, will be 111. But if there was someone that was going to be alive at 111, Bill Belichick's a pretty good guess.
I'd say so.
Bill Belichick, and this isn't just, make believe, right? Boston Globe's Ben Voland says, this is a direct quote from the Boston Globe. This isn't just my opinion. This is based on conversations with league sources. Keep a close eye on Belichick in Carolina.
By the way, he was on with the Adam Gold Show earlier today, and that conversation is on 99 on the Fans YouTube page.
Based on conversations with league sources. Are you excited?
No.
See, here's the thing. Here's why I don't think it's going to happen. In addition to any name right now is wildly speculative, right? It's so early in the process. You don't know what other jobs are going to be open. It's wildly early. But in addition to that, I don't think the need and the wants of the two sides line up. I actually could see why the Panthers might want Bill Belichick. How ridiculous is that? I could see why they might want one of the best coaches of all time. I could see why they might want him. But he is, no nonsense. He knows exactly what he wants, and he's been around a winning team for a long time. So if you need somebody to come in and put out fires and get from negative to neutral, I think he could do that. And 3 or 4 years, I think he could give you that, right? I don't think he's willing to sign up for anything beyond 74, 75 years old. Now think of that pitch you'd have to make to Bill Belichick. Hey, coach, can you fix all of our problems? Can you cover up all the really, really massive warning signs? Can you get us back to a respectable franchise in time to pass it off to someone else who will benefit from all your work? I don't think Belichick is that dude right now. If Belichick leaves New England, guess who he's competing against? I'll give you a minute. All right, less than a minute. Tom Brady. Right? If he leaves New England, he wants to go somewhere, win a title, be like, see, I could do it too. He's got 7, I've got 7. We had 6 together. See ya. So asking him to come to Carolina, it's a tough question to ask. It's a tough question to ask. So I don't think it's going to happen. I get why. And I get why the next person might be that person, right? The Panthers might be looking to hire their Mark Jackson, not their Steve Kerr. What I mean by that is they might be looking to hire their, hey, you're going to get this doldrum, this dungeon franchise back to where they have a couple building blocks, they have a couple of key pieces in place, and then we're going to go look for the guy that's going to win the title. That happens all the time. Not as well as it did with the Warriors, but it does happen all the time. Do you think Bill Belichick is going to be Mark Jackson? No. Not at all. I don't think anyone signs up to be Mark Jackson in that. Like, hey, let me coach him for 3, 4, 5 years, get him really excited, right? Lay the foundation, then someone else can come in and get all the glory and have the highest winning percentage in NBA history like Steve Kerr had for a while. I don't think that's how it's going to go. But it is worth mentioning that somebody out there has a source in the NFL that says Belichick in Carolina. Now, I said this long ago, but I'll say it again. The one saving grace that might overlook all of those hurdles is I do think Tepper is, meaning David Tepper, the owner of the Panthers, is universally powerful enough within that franchise and I don't want to say stubborn enough, but bold enough to say, Belichick, you are the GM, you are the coach, you answer to me and me alone, and here's a boatload of money. I'm not sure other franchises are going to be that bold And I do think that is what Bill Belichick is looking for. I think he's looking for somewhere where he can go and be the master of his domain, the king of his castle. He could be the king of that Carolina facility. Earlier today on Unsportsmanlike, our morning show, Chris Canty, one of the co-hosts you can hear every morning right here on 99.9 The Fan, said this about what Tepper needs to do next.
Last time I checked, football ain't his business. He's not a football guy. He's a football fan that has to happen to have a lot of money, and that's why he could buy a team. But it's clear and obvious that he don't know what the hell he's doing. When you're hiring and firing coaches mid-season every single year in back-to-back years, something we've never seen, it's obvious you don't know what you're doing. At this point, you need to give way, give up your veto power, and let the football people in the building handle the football business.
If he's going to get out of the way for anyone, maybe Belichick's that dude. If you're going to get out of the way for anyone, maybe it's, hey, I'm not going to kowtow to Frank Reich, but I'll kowtow to 6 rings. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe.